More of women's views in just a moment. Sonia Poulton is a broadcaster and journalist. Does this work for you, Sonia? Good morning.
Nick, no, of course it doesn't. I feel patronised to hell and irritated as well. The truth is, it's a sticking plaster for Labour's missing limb. That's what we have here. You know, she says, Harriet says, we don't want to concentrate on this bus. But it's a gimmick, isn't it? You know, they've become this Tory-like party, and we demand more from them than a bus going around the country asking us issues that actually are quite outdated in many respects, because one of the subjects that they want to discover that they think is uniquely female is childcare. Well, men also now take responsibility for childcare as well. So, no, doesn't work for me at all, really. I think what they need to do is get to grips with the real issues that bother all of us, not male or female. I mean, she's starting to sound like a suffragette. And, you know, this is, 2015. It's just embarrassing to listen to.
Patronising, is that fair, do you think, to use that word?
Yes, I do feel patronised. I think it's because these aren't the issues that necessarily interest us anymore. What we actually want is a fairer society. And Labour has systematically failed to stand up to what has been done, over the last 5 years. When you have 1.4 million benefit sanctions but only one tax evasion prosecution, that's the type of thing that I'm interested in. I'm not interested in people going around the country in a magenta bus, because I know that she's also corrected the colour. I want them, as I say, to get to grips with our economy. I want them to get to grips with the history of Labour and their associations with, like, the paedophile information exchange. Those are issues that matter to me.
Good point you make, Sonia. Stay on the line. Let's speak to a Labour MP. Gisela Stewart is Labour MP for Birmingham Edgbaston. Looking forward to this bus touring the country, coming possibly to Edgbaston, Gisela?
Yeah, but, come on. Elections are fought. We're now talking about women having to, engage greater. If this was the only thing the Labour Party would be doing, then you would be right. But it is part of a whole package of we have consistently fought for the rights of women. And it's very easy now to say, I feel patronised. But 30 years ago, when Harriet Harman, of all people, started the fight for equal pay, to have women represented on boards, these are real battles. And believe it or not, it's easy for us as middle-class professional women to say all these battles have been won. They have not. And if a pink bus or if it was a purple bus gets us to talk about what should be done to make sure, A, women vote and B, they get a fair share, so be it. I'm relaxed.
But Gisela, in the past, Labour, and many people would cheer this, have hit out the idea of a pink environment for girls. They've campaigned against that, and then they paint their van pink.
Well, what would you have said if you painted it light blue? You would have said, well, you're just Tories. Let's
why do you need a van anyway?
Hold on. Let's open the conversation by saying what colour it is and why do you need the van, and then I'll take you to what the Labour Party will actually do to make sure that women get a fairer deal. And then on May the 7th, they've got to go and vote.
All right, let's bring Sonia Poulton back in. I remind you, she said a sticking plaster for a missing limb. Sonia, tell Gisela why this doesn't work for you, and you think it doesn't work for other women, by the way.
Well, I mean, just first of all, is this whole idea of let's go back 30 years, as Gita says. The truth is that we have progress.
Gisela.
Obviously, there are issues. Yes, we do need equal pay. These are issues, but I think a lot of the issues are not gender-specific, and actually what we're looking for is a fairer society. And I think that Labour is absolutely failing, because Labour has failed systematically to represent the workers, and that's who we need represented, not just women in isolation, but the workers of this country. And we do need to get to grips with spreading the wealth instead of continuing to penalise the lower paid and the middle income. And you know what? It really, I do feel patronised. And I'll tell you why, Nick, because I'm really all about men, women, children, as opposed to one section of society. And Harriet Harman failed actually to address the issues of paedophilia within the party. And I don't want to make this an issue of paedophilia, but that is very much an issue for mothers, I should say, in conversations that I have with people, is that they never tackled the whole issue of the paedophile information exchange and those links. And what we want to know is how much, for example, paedophiles may be influenced in Parliament now. Those are the issues that bother us, if I could say as women, not, magenta buses going around talking about childcare, which is also the duty of men.
All right, parking perhaps one aspect.
Hold on.
Gisela.
9.1 million women, again, have not voted. We still do not have equal pay. And if that is part of a relentless battle that we make sure...
But Gisela Stewart, how will a pink van change this? How could a pink van change that?
because you're asking me about the pink van and I tell you what the issue is. And we're going into an election campaign, and campaigns are fought. You actually are battles. You've got, totemic things which happen. And if it means that we are now talking that women still don't get a fair share and that it's been the Labour Party which has fought for them more than any other party, then I'm happy to have that conversation.
OK, lastly, what's next to attract male voters? A bloke from Essex in a white van eating a bacon sandwich?
Well, the number of times we go out on football pitches, the whole kind, it's men, it's women, it's families. Some things appeal to some groups of people more, but what matters to me about the women is that they're not even engaging in the political process. And unless they engage, we're not going to get anywhere.
Let's see if they engage with me. Gisela Stewart, thank you. You're Labour MP for Birmingham Edgbaston. Sonia Poulton, thank you to you as well. You're broadcaster and journalist. You describe it as a sticking plaster for a missing limb. The Labour MP there describing it as an important aspect to get those women, many women who don't vote. If you are one of those, by the way, I appreciate it's a busy time in the morning, 15 after, even quarter after 8, trying to get children off school, whatever it might be. Perhaps if that falls to you, but if you have time and you're a woman and you don't vote, give me a call. Is this the way to make it work? And, of course, you don't have to be a woman to have a view on a pink van.